Hello, welcome back to Not in My Lifetime podcast, episode 17. And it's now July. We're now in the month where City finally come back to us after not 2 months now of nothing. And yeah, it's nice to finally have, news-ish, but it's nice to have some sort of news. But before we get on with that, how you doing, lads? How you doing, Alex? Good to see you back again, mate. Unmute yourself.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Always do that. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm all right.
No,
good to be back.
leave mute on, it's fine.
I'm knackered. Moving house, I don't recommend it. But yeah, I'm good.
Danny, how you doing, mate? All good?
Good, thanks, mate. You?
Very, very good, thank you. And of course, Tone's back with us today. And there's some four of us, rather than just three of us this time. How you doing, mate?
I'm very well. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
That's awesome, mate. Awesome. Luke will be here in a bit. He has said sorry. He's traffic. As soon as he gets in, I'll get him on. There's five of us, so bear with it. He'll be here in a bit. Big up, Briggsy in the chat already. Much love to you. Exactly, guys. Smash likes up, people. Come on, let's get going. Big show today. Nothing really going on, but why not? It's probably football. It's City. It's chat, England chat as well. Why not? We're always there. Big up, Carrie. All of a good supporter of the channel. Was always in there. And she's doing a big job. Thanks for everyone. Such for show today. Absolutely, yeah. Such for show. Be a good one today. And yeah, let's get on with the show. Let's get right into it. What should we start with? England? Shall we just get off the bat straight away?
We have to
start.
Not at this point, because otherwise we'll just be comfortable.
I didn't know you were talking about England, mate. I'm off. I'll see you.
Yeah, we might. I don't blame you. Terrible.
You'll just log off now.
Yeah.
God.
What a nightmare it's been. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, right? It's good to be in the quarterfinal, but if you're a purist watching that, you know it's just a nightmare. It's just never ending. How can a manager see the issues he's seeing and not make any changes to the team, apart from like one little player here and there? Like, how is Foden not been put in the middle yet? You're putting Saka at left wing back before you're doing that. Before you're putting Bellingham in the 8. It's just getting to the point where I'm like, this guy just wants to be sat at this point. Obviously he's still in the competition, but how could someone just not for me? Alex, come on, like,
what do you want me to say? I don't like. I don't even know where to start. It's just complete shite, isn't it? It's maybe I'm spoiled watching City. Like, okay, yeah, I am a little bit, but where'd you start?
I think it's part of it, isn't it? When you support a top team, it's hard to go
I think that's the
mediocrity. But if you support a smaller team, like maybe bottom half of the table or anything like that, it's easier.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, I think I watch all these fans celebrating, going mad when Bellingham scored. Yeah, okay, I kind of went like, get in. But I wouldn't, like, if that was City who'd scored that goal, I'd annoy my new neighbours before I'd even started living here. Like, I'd be up and down the street, shit off.
You annoyed them when you put the offer in, don't worry.
Like, it's just, the feeling's totally different. I obviously want England to do well, right? They're my country. But I don't care what anyone thinks. It's club over country. Absolutely. And if England was to get knocked out against Switzerland, I genuinely couldn't care less. So
yeah, I'm with you on that. I stopped caring in 2004 when we got knocked out. I don't really care anymore.
I don't. I don't mean that in a negative way towards England or towards the players or what. I just don't care. Like, it is what it is, and I'll watch it. Like, I've got the Romania game on now, and talking to that, Memphis Depay has just missed an absolute sitter. Oh, it was good clearance, actually. But I'll watch it, and I have quite enjoyed watching and listening to the football, but I couldn't care less who wins it, to be brutally honest.
I think if it was more exciting to watch.
I'll be real with you. It's just been one of the. I mean,
England is just shit in it.
Out of the years of what so far, it's been quite poor quality so far. I mean, I know we've had, like, I've seen better Euros than this. Like, I think the last Euros were very good. Italy were very good. Yeah, France as well, they were terrible, knocked out, but it was better football overall for all the teams. This year, I'm not sure whether it's the lethargy, where the amount of games we're now playing now, the players just look knackered on the pitch. Like Portugal's to be.
Yeah, I think they do. They look exhausted, absolutely exhausted. Like, it's tiring listening to it as well. Like, there's no momentum. There's no forward. There's no like constant attack. It's like, I mean, look at it this way: who's probably been the most exciting team to watch?
Spain.
Albania.
Definitely
Spain, Albania. Yeah, you put in
Georgia,
Albania
probably.
in the most. Yeah.
Germany at first, and they sort of dropped off a bit as well, didn't they?
Turkey are all right. They seem Turkey.
Austria.
There you go. There's
Austria
another
as well.
one. Who would have said Turkey?
Yeah.
You put in teams like Albania and Turkey in the most exciting team to watch in a European Championship final.
Yeah.
Like,
Georgia were quite good to watch as well.
Georgia.
Austria were good against Netherlands. Austria are a good team.
I rest my case. Like,
Yeah.
We played. Sorry, Alex, you go, mate.
no, I was just gonna say, like, it's just we are. I keep saying it with international football. Like, we're spoiled with Pep, aren't we? Like, we watch the best football week in, week out.
Yeah.
Everybody's jealous of us. Everybody wants to be us, and then we have to suffer fucking Southgate.
I don't think
Get
it's
real.
just Pep, though. Even going back to Mancini and Pellegrini, I didn't really care about England.
No.
Always club over country, especially for
Yeah.
avid fans like us who watch it every week. Some people prefer country because they probably don't really support a club team, but jump in for the international tournaments. Who, I know plenty of people like that who they're not really bothered about Saints or whoever, City, United, whatever. But England I can't believe how bad they've been. They've played 4 at best mediocre teams, and that's no disrespect, mate.
True.
Yeah.
Inferior teams. And we haven't deserved to win a single game. No.
No.
There's not any of them games you can come out of and go, yeah, we were the better side. We weren't the better side in any of them. And I normally get hammered for being too positive and deluded and all the rest. And even I'm like, this utter shit. Look, I said on the thing yesterday, look, I know Foden, Bellingham, Saka, which surprises me, gets a load of stick. But at the end of the day, there's talented players there. Foden, top draw. Bellingham can be top draw. Saka's a top player. Kane's a bloody world-class player. All of these players are all playing way below their level. Not one or two of them. All of them, bar the lad from Palace maybe at the back. The manager, the coaching is to blame because there's no way 7, 8, 9 players can all play this poorly and be this restricted and not be allowed to do anything with the ball. I saw Saka take on a player the other day, and it was kind of like Southgate was shouting in his ear, like, where are you going? Where are you going? Bloody pass that back. It was like he ran forward and then stopped and passed it back, and he was literally in. Balmy.
Yeah. Well, Luke, it's good to see you, mate.
All right, mate.
Now then.
I think you're absolutely right there, Tone. I think it's very, it's so restricted football. It's just, it's purely tactical because there's no way the best player in England, the best player in Spain, the best player in Germany are all having a bad season. Not a bad season. Like not a bad season, a bad tournament. It's not them. They're not being played in the right position.
Exactly.
They're completely. Bellingham is completely isolated. Bellingham is not. I know he played there for Real Madrid, but that system is completely different. But he's not an attacking midfielder in a full sense of like a De Bruyne attacking midfielder. He's a box-to-box midfielder that plays. I would say his best position is probably what Yaya Toure did in that 13-14 season when he was top goal scorer. That's Bellingham's best position. That's not where England are playing him. I couldn't tell you where England are playing him. They're wasting him. And they're making him look crap when he clearly isn't. Foden is the same. Foden on the wing. Every City fan will tell you putting Foden on the wing is complete shite.
Yeah.
It's a waste of a position. And we've got a right back playing left back. We've got a right back who's had a crap season playing right back. And we've got a left back on the bench who can't kick a ball.
Yeah. Is he still not training? Sure.
No.
He's
I read before, he's highly unlikely to feature even if we get to the final.
I mean, what?
There was no point in taking him, was there?
No.
Where's Mitchell? Where's Tarek Mitchell? Where's players like that? Like
Either Chilwell or West Ham's
Chilwell,
left
I
back.
kind of understand not taking because as much as I rate Chilwell, he's injury prone. and he did.
He's still an option left back. Having
No,
Of course he is. Yeah, of course
What's
he
the
is.
point in taking an injured player? Like,
Yeah.
he's never going to play, even if we get to the final. So what's the point in him even going?
Exactly, mate. But also, if you're going, even if you don't bring a like for like left in, bring bloody Grealish in or someone else in who can actually play and bring something to the team. It doesn't have to be Grealish. You know, I'm a City fan, I'll say Grealish, but whoever. Just bring bloody someone who can play. They may as well brought one of us 5 in there. And
Might
just
as well.
gone, because we can't. Well, I don't know if we can play. I'm sorry, lads. I can't. There's no point either.
No.
It's baffling. It's like my dad. He's the reason I support City, right? And he likes watching England, and obviously he wants England to do well not more than I do, because obviously I want England to do well. But he is kind of more into England than I am. But he was proper getting into it the other night. He's like, this is proper screaming, like, what is going on? Like, it's glaringly obvious, and he's just constantly screaming at the TV, and I'm like, what can you even say? What can you even say?
Southgate. Look, I used to stick up for him a bit in the last tournaments because you say, he got to a final and all that, and LB shot me down a few months ago when I said that. But the last couple of years have been diabolical, and we saw this coming. Was it Iceland we lost to on the way in?
Hungary lost 4-0.
Hungary beat us 4-0, and Iceland beat us 1-0, didn't they, a couple of weeks before?
Well, we all know he should have been sacked as soon as we lost that final.
Yeah,
no other manager would have kept the job after losing a final in their own country.
Yeah,
it's like I said to you two lads, though.
It wouldn't happen anywhere else. The FA just, for some reason, likes Southgate because he's a yes man.
It's like I said to you two lads, though. His best managerial role before England was Middlesbrough. And what happened to Middlesbrough? They got relegated.
This is the thing with English managers, though. No English manager has won the Premier League. A lot of them haven't won a trophy in general. Like, look at the other options for English managers. It'd be Lampard, Gerrard, Eddie Howe,
Graham Potter.
It's pretty low level.
I mean, it's scraping the barrel, and there isn't even anybody at the top of the barrel.
No, it's terrible.
It's terrible. It's almost embarrassing because we've gone into this tournament as one of the favourites, and rightly so. And I'm on record saying that I think 2-0, by the way, that I think we'll win it. And I still do somehow think we will shithouse our way through it to at least the final. Because let's be real about this. We should be beating Switzerland. Again, no disrespect to Switzerland. In terms of the player positions and who has what, we are far superior to them. Same as we were Slovakia and same as we were the 2 other teams in the group. We should be beating them.
Yeah,
and then after that,
have a better team, but on the pitch, which is what matters.
That's going to be our downfall. But I
Switzerland does look quite good.
Same as the other day. We shithoused our way through that.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
And I still look, I'm probably going to end up looking stupid and we'll go out to Switzerland. I always do. But I still somehow think that there's a chance they're checking this goal as well. But
offside.
I don't know what for. But yeah, it I don't know. But it's just the luck of the draw's fallen on our side again.
Yeah, which is a good. I mean, it's
a good thing, that is, though.
Yeah. It's good. It's definitely a good thing. And we need it, because if we'd have played France, well, to be fair, they've been crap as well.
It's terrible.
We're probably going out.
No goal.
But yeah. Just saw Romania fans cheering on my telly. Which that's definitely been disallowed. But yeah, they've been rubbish. Everyone's been rubbish. Like I say, I think the lad from Palace has been good. Pickford, I guess, I don't recall him doing really much wrong. I don't think.
All right.
Yeah, he's been okay. Rest have underperformed.
Pickford and the back 4 have been pretty decent, really. No complaints about any of them. Rice has been a bit up and down.
Walker
Walker was terrible.
In that last game, Walker was terrible. But
Slovakia as well.
for the rest of the tournament, most of them have been fairly consistent. Not a lot to complain about.
That ball him and Stones did the other day. Freaking hell.
Yeah.
What are they doing? Like, can you imagine those two did that at the Etihad and what Pep would do?
Jeez.
I think he'd shoot him on sight, wouldn't he, if they did that at the Etihad?
You've got to hope it gets better. That's all you can do. I was saying this to someone today. He was saying, I'm not watching it anymore. And it's like, you just got to hope it gets better. I saw something saying, Gallagher's not going to play. And I was like, brilliant. Right, here we go. He's switching it. Maybe Gordon left. Foden moved. Yeah, here we go. No, he's just replaced him with Mainu. Now, Mainu, there's nothing wrong with Mainu. And he played okay. To be fair. He's a good young player. Even though he's a rag, he's a good player. But it's the same bloody setup. And it's like, for Christ's sake, you're in your last chance with England now, Southgate. This is it now. No matter what, you're going. So do something. Your thing is not working. You've had 2 years to prep. You've completely ballsed it up. So change it up. Take a risk and start getting the bloody country going again. Because at the moment, it is shit.
He's too reluctant to change, though. He won't ever change.
I agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've seen it how many times? People crying out, like, your whole conversation, I don't know what it was before I joined, but for me, there's players there who don't have the calibre of experience as others, but technically are probably miles better, i.e. Wharton.
Yep.
Yeah.
Technically, significantly better than some that are on that pitch. Bellingham definitely isn't a number 10.
No.
He's a number 8. If you play him alongside Rice, you run the risk. Like the other night, Slovakia, I made a whole point of literally Bellingham's dropping into spaces where a 10 shouldn't be. You're dropping in at the halfway line, like towards the right-hand side where Walker is. Why is a 10 dropping there? If anything, the 10, because Kane drops back further than Rice at times, is, if anything, Bellingham should be making forward runs in between your centre-half and full-back. But who am I? Southgate clearly knows more than me. But yeah.
Are we sure? Or have you, Luke? Or have you, George?
That's all for debate.
Nah, I'd end up putting myself right back or something at this rate. It's where I used to play back in the day, but don't play no more now. But no, he won't change. Switzerland will be an eye-opener. Slovakia pressed well. For me, in my opinion, they looked the better team, although we had more possession, which everyone says, we had more of the ball. We didn't create anything with it.
Our first shot on target was the 95th minute. That was the goal.
Exactly. So if you're gonna say possession wins your games, you've got to do something with that possession. Look at Pep. Possession wins your games because you have that cutting end product. Whereas England don't know what to do with it. They get it out to the wing, then it comes in. Well, Bellingham goes where he wants, and then it is literally a case of right. I'll try something here. I'll try and cross it. I'll try and take 3 men on. When you've got an easy option out on the edge of the box, and I don't think it's the players' fault. I think Southgate hasn't given clear instructions. He's just gone right. This is my team. You figure it out, and can't clearly figure something out when you go 1-0 up to go. We'll just drop instead. But we'll get beat off Switzerland. We'll get severely embarrassed. I honestly do think so.
I agree. I
It'll
just
be an
think
eye-opener.
Switzerland, I watched with Italy, right, and they were a team that's organised. They were the opposite of England.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, from back to the front, Sommer is a good keeper. Akanji was unbelievable. Honestly, he's gotten better and better since joining us, and he's been. I'll probably say probably the best defender at the tournament so far. I'd say he's been so
But it's
good.
not even that. It's Xhaka.
Xhaka.
Yeah.
But it's not even that, Luke. It's like, for example, you've got young players who are willing to run at people.
Yeah.
When they're playing a 5 at the back, you've got like, I think it's called Ndoye, is it?
Vargas as well.
Vargas is very, very exciting. Ndoye. But then you've got kind of legs in the midfield as well. I can't believe I'm saying it, but you've got Granit Xhaka, who looks like one of the best holding midfielders in the world at the minute.
Abisher as well. Ryder. Yeah, some good players there.
So it's not as if they've got a weak. compared to ours. We just have more household names, which unfortunately always seems to be the case with England, and we always have these golden generations with shit managers.
Oh yeah, if it continues as it is now, Switzerland will win. There's no doubt. They're better set up, better coached. Again, like I was saying just now, it's all about the hope it changes, the hope that these players spring into life, and Southgate's numpty tactics allow them to do it. Because there is potential. It's not like we're shit, that's it, shit, and we've got shit players. Like Alex said earlier, there's good players. They need to play, and they need to be allowed to play. And if they do, click out of bloody nowhere, and this is me being deluded again before anyone says it, I know, that it will. There is a chance. There is a chance here, because the other top teams aren't flying. Perhaps Spain, Germany have been all right, but nobody's blowing it away.
Spain walked this Euros for me.
Yeah, they will. They'll win. Rodri's unbelievable for them. Honestly,
Rodri's just going to drag him to it, isn't he? He's going to do it himself.
And Yamal, by the way, what a player!
Nico Williams.
Yes, him as well.
Yeah,
it's a great team.
Yamal is unreal, isn't he?
16.
That's ridiculous. How, the fact that Spain have had to get a special dispensation from the German government because he's so young, and they have rules behind how someone that young can work at a certain time. And the fact that he's taking his homework with him because he literally has schoolwork to do and he's got special dispensation from his school, it's ridiculous.
Man. And there's me sat in a field at 16 with 3 litres of Frosty Jacks. I know where I'd rather be.
Also, De La Fuente as a manager, I didn't know much of it before, but he just has his principles, 6 of them, but he lets them play football. And
I think he was like a youth manager, wasn't he, before this?
I think he was, yeah. I think he was, but it's because he lets them play football. Like none of those players, right? I mean, obviously you got players that probably just stand out players, but most of them they all work together. They all people forget about this about Laporte and the Normand at the back are great. So good.
Have you noticed though it's not all tiki taka though?
Yeah, it's mixture of
surprised me a lot.
The mixture of both. It's nice.
I think that system works though, doesn't it? Clearly.
Exactly.
Clearly, it kind of mixes the both.
Yeah.
But for me, if Rodri does carry him, then I tweeted it out last night. He is number 1 for the Ballon d'Or. Has to be. But he won't be because he plays for City.
And also because the attackers, like, I'm sorry, right? Bellingham, if Bellingham wins the Ballon d'Or, it's this sport's finished.
Even if he's in top 5 for me.
He's a good player, man, but he's got. I'm sorry, right? Goals and assists have really mastered everything now, haven't they? Like it's like it's the stat generation. Where stats
you look at football with stats instead of their eyes now.
BBC Sport before the Euros compared Jude Bellingham to Zinedine Zidane. I'm sorry,
absolute nonsense.
I'm sorry, but just because he got 20 goals and 20 assists in one league season, right, or like throughout the whole competitions, I'm sorry, Zidane might have only got 10 goals and like 5 assists in a league season or whatever. But there's levels. I'm sorry, but even if Jude does what he's doing for the next 10 years, he still doesn't fucking tie Zizou's shoelaces. Let's just say
even if Zidane only got 10 goals and 5 assists in his entire career, he's still a better player than Bellingham.
Yeah, I think the thing with Bellingham, and I got a shit ton of abuse for this when I put out the other day a thing just saying, look, I think part of the problem is the PR stuff, which isn't always necessarily his fault. The media here is sickening. I mean, it is some of it's outrageous. The boy has talent, right? The boy has ability. There's no doubt he could become a true top class player. I don't think anyone, maybe some do doubt it, I don't know. But most people, I think, would probably be on board with that and say, we may have not seen it to this point, but potentially. But the problem is the media have just built and built and built. And even when he's not played well, like others, and he's not the only one, by the way, he's definitely not. But it's, he's Rio Ferdinand.
They're still trying to find some light out of it. That's what it is. Exactly. That's what the frustrating thing is. And we have never seen this kind of media hype around any English player, even since Rooney, when he was 16 and turned up at the Euros, he didn't get this much.
No, that's true. but it's
for
the
one
social
example,
media thing as well, isn't it?
yeah. And
People
one
get
controversial
carried away
thing,
on-
I think at this age, Dele Alli was better than Jude Bellingham.
I said that the other day.
He had a higher ceiling than Jude Bellingham.
Oof.
That's a debate in itself, though. But yeah,
I'm just going to put it out there that
You have thrown that out.
he had a much higher ceiling than Jude Bellingham ever did.
You put that out on Twitter, I'm going to retweet.
I don't know. I don't think Dele Alli
I said that
played
in
for
our
Real
group
Madrid
chat
at any
the other
point.
no, I mean,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
at that age, 2021, he had a much better. He was much better than Jude.
I get it. I get why people are saying it, but Jude Bellingham at 21 is playing for Real Madrid. Dele Alli at 21 was playing for MK Dons. There's a
He was
slight
actually
difference.
at Spurs by then. I think he went
Was
at
it
18.
Spurs then?
Yeah,
I think
he
so.
went
Yeah,
at
he was
18.
at Spurs
Yeah.
then.
it's Spurs.
Yeah,
Which-
he was so that in Real Madrid, is it?
But look what he was doing for Spurs at that point. Goal of the season, incredible behind Harry Kane. Who knows? If he'd have carried on his career, we might have seen him move to a big club. But unfortunately, it's all came out now that things in his personal life hindered his career.
Mm.
And thankfully, probably Jude doesn't have any of that because his dad's from a footballing background. His mum's very supportive. You know, he's probably been brought up in the environment where he's been allowed to focus on football, not have anything in the personal background. But that's just me making excuses for Dele. But yeah, for me, he had a higher ceiling, 100%.
Yeah, I mean,
Go
I think
back
with
and watch
Bellingham, he's just victim to falling for his own hype.
Yeah, we're
Even
seeing that
himself,
now.
but
We're seeing that a little bit now coming into.
He doesn't really have that ability yet to be living up to that height. He's got too much.
Well, when he's
pressure
having
on his
stinkers in a
shoulders at the
quarter
moment.
final, a semi final of the Champions League, and then having a quiet night in a Champions League final, but yet they're all ranting and raving about him because he's done one overhead kick in the 96th minute of a
After
European
doing
game against
absolutely nothing
Slovakia.
in the
Yeah,
whole game.
after throwing his arms up like this constantly, you know, because he doesn't get a pass his way or whatever. But
He was
I
on his
hope
arse more
I
than
sincerely hope he
ball the
proves
other
me
day.
wrong, and he has an absolute worldie on Saturday. I sincerely do. He
Oh,
hope he
yeah.
proves me wrong.
so do I.
Yeah.
But I think what we've got to do, Gareth's got to, I mean, he won't realise this, but this is what he should be doing. He's got to realise that if he actually wants to get this team working, he's got to say, right, I don't care how good you think you are, this is a team, not individual players carrying us over the line. So I think if Bellingham needs to accept the fact that he's an 8, not a 10, and Gareth needs to accept that. Foden needs to be given the 10 role. I'm not saying he's been good himself, Foden, but he can give him one game in the 10. If he starts seeing even much better already, and get Anthony Gordon the left wing, no left winger has been costing us all tournament. When you finally get a left winger there, it's much better already. It's like 5 seconds of it against Slovenia.
I don't even think it's a left winger though; it's the left back.
Well,
You look how many times Trippier's had the ball where a natural left footer can play it down a line, and he's just turned back in, and then we've been caught out a few times from it because teams get time.
And when you have a fullback doing the same thing the winger's doing, cutting inside, you don't have any overlap. You don't have another option. You're just trying to do exactly the same thing. Like when we saw Grealish and Cancelo playing together, they were both cutting in, trying to do the exact same thing.
Well, Portugal last night when Cancelo.
There's our sponsor.
Look at Portugal last night though when you had Cancelo or Nuno Mendes like inverting it.
Yeah.
The winger didn't follow him. They stayed out wide.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing that England need to look at. If one goes in, don't overload the middle of the park because as soon as then a team like Switzerland will be smart enough. As soon as you overload the middle of the park, they'll have a wing back gone on, and it'll cost you. Because I think Kyle Walker's lost a yard of pace in this tournament as well.
I'm starting to see it myself now.
I started seeing it during last season. Yeah, definitely.
No, he looked quick towards the end of this last season, though. It's just this tournament, for some reason, he doesn't look on the mark.
I think this tournament needs to be his last. I think he needs to retire off this tournament. I think we've got to start looking at a Trent or someone on right back who's going to be the future of the team because look, he's been a great servant for England, but you got to look at it like this. Like at some point, you got to know when time is done, and Kyle Walker is done now. Then, if we could sell him in the summer for good money and get right back and replace him, I would. Because I just think he's just losing it now. And next season, it might have an even worse season than the season before. I hate the guy, I love him, but you got to be realistic about it. He's getting too old now. His pace is starting to go rapidly, and
It's similar to what happened with Fernandinho, because that was painful towards.
Yeah,
just never had pace, though him.
Yeah, but once he lost the
never
pace
had
that he did have.
But
I get what you mean.
To watch towards the end, and Walker's always relied on his pace to get us out of tricky situations. And once he loses that, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah,
Walker with no pace isn't in the Premier League. I know that sounds silly, but it's true.
He's not even in Championship.
Yeah, he's not.
Well, he wants to go back to Sheffield.
He's not. No,
so
that's the right way. I was trying to think of the right way to put that. He's not technically gifted enough.
No.
To be at the top peak level without that pace. With the pace, it kind of balances itself out. Yeah. And there's he can sprint back against the quickest player, there is, and he will likely put a tackle in. He's big and he's strong to be able to put the tackle in. But when it comes to actually playing the ball across the back four, when it comes to putting crosses in, when it comes to finding that little bit of space, he's not. I don't want to say he's not technical to the extent, because of course he is a professional footballer, but he's not like Cancelo is a technically gifted footballer. Yeah. Walker isn't. And I know, Danny, you don't rate Cancelo, and I'm not
There's a reason for
that. I'm not trying to point out that he's a good player, because I'm kind of on the fence with Cancelo. He could be class, he can be woeful, but at the same time, I think it's the whole thing with Walker. That's the only way I can think to compare it in terms of a fullback. Cancelo is technically gifted. Walker isn't. But Walker has pace. Cancelo doesn't. So
the difference is Walker knows how to defend as well. Cancelo has no interest in defending. Cancelo just wants to show off and do as many tricks and fancy outside of the boot passes as he can.
It's nice when it comes off, but it's terrible.
It might occasionally happen, and Haaland will do the impossible and knock it in, but most of the time it doesn't work, does it?
No. Yeah, and Cancelo, despite all the talk today, he's not staying. There's just
gone. Get him gone.
Yeah, there's no way. But the problem is City. I was on Patrick earlier. I was 2-0. Patrick earlier, and we were saying about it, and the problem is I completely lost my train of thought. Then I was right on one. Sorry,
Cancelo.
Yeah, so Barca, I think I'm getting old. Cancelo, Barca, he may turn around and say, "I want Barcelona." No, I'm not going anywhere other than Barcelona, and that's City in the corner then, because you've got a guy on 200 grand a week or 150, whatever he's on. People say put him in the reserves. You can't really put him in the reserves, because then the reserve players have got to put up with him sulking, and you've got 150, 200 grand a week players sat in the reserves. That's not good business. And, I get the punishing, put him over there in the corner. It's not going to fly. So I think he'll probably go, I'm only going to Barcelona, end of story, and something will be worked out.
Yeah. I think, look, I know we've just said that he's not the best player we've ever had, and like I say, I am genuinely on the fence with him. I don't know whether he's a decent footballer. I don't know whether he's a terrible footballer. Sometimes he can be brilliant. There's no two ways about it. But I think he is too good to not play. But I think his attitude stinks, and his attitude is completely wrong for a team like City. If he was at United, fine, he can rot over there. But because that's what their players do, they just sit there and sulk. But for us, he is too good of a player to not play. But I don't think he's good enough to play for us. I don't really know how that makes sense. But in my head, I'm trying to word this in a way that it does. But
it means he's good enough for United and not good enough for us.
Yeah.
All right. If that's how you want to interpret that, fine. But yeah, I don't really, I can't work it properly. But
he's not a fullback. He's absolutely not a fullback. He can't defend. He could do a job as a winger. He could do a job as a box-to-box midfielder, maybe, but definitely not as a fullback. He's not a replacement for Walker.
No.
Now, before we move on, let's just
imagine Vinicius running at Cancelo.
it'd be a bloodbath. Before we move on, let's do a prediction for the game Saturday. Then we'll move on to City. Alex, go on. You start. Score.
I backed England to win it, didn't I? So I can't exactly go against this now.
No, you can.
England to win on penalties.
Oh God, penalties!
Oh no.
Not again.
I'm going out on Saturday, so luckily I won't have to watch it. I think Switzerland will do us either 2-1 or 3-1. I haven't seen anything to suggest that England have what it takes to beat them. Switzerland have looked good so far.
Cool. Luke?
2-1 Switzerland.
You miserable buggers, you two, Danny. Bloody hell.
I've got receipts from you. I've got receipts from you on WhatsApp.
Yeah,
if you want to talk about miserable tone, I'll pull them up. I've got receipts on WhatsApp.
In the middle of the game.
Name and shame.
Yeah, it was bad in the game the other day.
Go on, Sam. Submission.
5 what? No.
To Switzerland.
I'm not quite that deluded. I think we'll win 2-1 and it'll probably be shite, but I think we'll sneak through.
If Southgate's manager, it's definitely shite.
I'll go 1-0. 1-0. It'll be a terrible game. We'll win 1-0 and I'll be like, okay, cool. But honestly, if we get past Switzerland, Netherlands, whoever we get, sometimes will beat us anyway. I should be confident in this team, but I just don't have it. Until he's gone, I can't be confident in this team because no matter what we do, he's going to hinder us at some point because he's too scared to actually go for it. So until I see that and move on, I'm just kind of hoping for the best at this point. We'll see. But let's get on to actual decent team. City and transfers and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'll bring up a comment that I saw earlier about Adam Wharton. Now, again, transfers been quite dead anyway so far, like very hit and miss so far on the rumours for the last couple of weeks. But I'll be honest with you, Wharton as a player, I like him, but I'm thinking it's a bit too early to bring someone like him in right now. He's a good player, but give him another season at Palace, a full season in the league. They've always bringing players like a few games under their belt. I mean, I'm not sure what you guys think, but it's a bit risky as per we're after right now.
Yeah, as of right now, it's just like bringing in another Calvin Phillips, isn't it? It's not the quality of signing. It's not the quality of signing that we need to make at the moment. We need players who can play now, not players that might be good in the future.
Yeah, I'm going to play devil's advocate on that one. I think he is ready.
Who would he replace, though?
I don't think he replaces anyone. I think it's a case of we're well aware of Rodri's situation in terms of game time. You're not going to play every game, but he could play alongside him.
I think if you're going to learn off anyone,
there you go.
You know, if you want to be the best in that position, you've got to learn from the best, haven't you? And
in terms of
you're going to learn from the best, who better to learn off than Rodri? I mean,
and in terms of price tag as well, if he has another good, like it says there, if he smashes it again this season on the Glasner and they get Euro, that's not a 60, 70 million transfer. That's
100.
That's pushing past Bruno release clause money. That.
Yeah. I mean, I like him, but I think it depends. Like, how much.
It's a risk, isn't it?
The player is right now. How much do Paris want for him right now? If they're going to sell him, like, I know for us money is necessarily an object, but you still got to think about the actual price you're paying.
Well, I think they paid 30 for him, didn't they? For Blackburn in 30? January. I think it was.
I think it was
It was quite a hefty price tag.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with what I've seen of him. Very, very impressed. And City reportedly like him a lot. So if Tommy's whatever he's heard, where he's heard it is right, and we do go in, then yeah, I get the reasoning behind it before his price tag blows up and Bayern and God knows who else. Let's start having a look as well. We might well go in. We need someone in that spot, and to me, fits the bill as someone who can come in. He will want to play, but perhaps not every week. Like Alex said, learn from the best and build him up from there. So I would be very pro that signing. Definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, apart from that, with Savio and that, it's been, I don't know. I'll like speculating about certain players. And I was like, who do you guys actually want this summer? Really, I mean, obviously, realistically, not like a career mode, free for all. But realistically, I think let's be real. I reckon 2 or 3.
I can't say Teo Hernandez.
Yeah, that's fine. We're saying if you want at least.
I was thinking last night, Teo Hernandez. And
no, that's my Football Manager one that everyone says to me. It's just unrealistic. It always is. Always is.
About Nico Williams, the Spanish one, not the Welsh one.
I don't think we need another. I don't think we need another Doku style player.
No, fair enough.
Kimmich,
yeah.
He'd be unreal in our team.
Tone knows how much I love that man.
It sorts the Walker issue out.
Yeah.
And the Rodri issue. Not that Rodri's an issue, you know what I mean. But it's that. Can you imagine Kimmich, Rodri? Next to the opposition would touch the bloody ball. It'd just be going goal.
Oh well, I mean, because is he going to summer? Like confirmed Kimmich, or that's still up in the air?
I think it's on the edge, isn't it? It depends on Pep, from what I've seen.
And I think it's a case of as well. If he stalls in contract talks once he's back from the Euros, it'll be a case of they'll try and cash in. If Paulinho's coming the other way, they'll try and get what they can for him, which I think is about 50 million euros. So, but he has a very, very high wage. That's the only issue.
Yeah, his wages are ridiculous. He'd be up there with Haaland.
No, he'd be on par with Haaland.
Yeah.
That's what he gets in Bayern Munich at the minute. I think it's something about 370 to 420,000 euros.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kimmich doesn't have an agent either, so I think he was not to talk to anyone during the Euros, which that makes total sense. But as soon as he's back, we'll know. He'll probably go on holiday, and then if I
think he has an entourage though, doesn't he? I think he has friends and family who do deal with some stuff on his behalf. But
it's like when Paul Scholes used to play; he didn't have an agent, but his family used to help him with it. Kimmich is the same. Which is really, really unusual for an elite level footballer.
Nah, keep all your money.
Suppose
go to any agency, all your image rights are yours. Well, your percentage. Calm, innit?
Yeah. If you're clever enough, the thing is, if you're clever enough to do it though, you must be quite bright. Because it's not exactly easy. Because you've got to. I know all the clubs should work out tax. I'm not going down this road, but I know clubs should work all that out for you. But you still got to think about. So it's not for him to do it on his own.
No, to be fair, it'd be simple. You club salaries on PAYE, like we are for a job, and then everything else will be through a limited company. So in the UK it would be anyway, but everywhere else is different in terms of laws and stuff. Just don't get done for tax evasion because it's 2 years in prison.
I don't know. It's a bit weird, like, because this summer's been really quiet more than usual. I know we've had like summers that have been quiet anyway, but we've had like something on the go at least, or something, news coming out a bit more frequently. But have the City been kind of like covering up better this summer, like in terms of like news leaking out a lot more? I know Tommy does news and kind of stuff, but
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just PSR. PSR's fucked every club. They don't dare spend. You've just seen it.
Doing it, Luke. I think
I've just seen it yesterday. Literally about 10 transfers back and forth from different clubs to avoid that PSR, and now a team won't dare go and spend 50, 60 million on one punt. You notice that they're going back and forth one way or another in some retrospect. But yeah, it's just I don't think it's a case of City don't want to buy anyone. Tommy put a tweet out saying there is money there to spend, and I think we're all well aware of how much we've potentially got in the war chest to spend. But City just don't.
Sorry, Luke. Sorry, mate.
No, I was just going to finish with I don't think City dare spend with what's going on in the background in terms of.
Yeah, I just don't think we need much. I know people disagree. I'm not going to squad size rant again because I haven't done one for 2 weeks. I feel like someone who's like an alcoholic who's given up drinking for 2 weeks. I'm not squad size chatting, but we need. I really don't think we need that much. Look, we've got Savio, but if we get Kimmich, just throw that out. We get Kimmich. I mean, what the hell else do we need? You know what I mean? Do we need anybody else really in that squad?
It's a good question. I mean, I think if Walker, let's say hypothetically Walker does go, then obviously on right back obviously will be required. But it kind of depends on who goes, though, isn't it? That's the thing. And apparently, not is it one player's going to go, maybe two, if that. Like it's quite a quiet window overall. Mm. Not hearing many big players leaving.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, sorry, you go, Luke. You first.
No, you go, Tom. Go on.
Well, you've got McAtee. Now, I know I was just having a quick look at the squad here. So you've got McAtee, who I know is going on the tour. But look, I hope he goes, impresses, stays. There's probably more chance he is going to go permanent buyback or a loan. You know, realistically. Edison, I think he'll probably stay, but uncertain at the moment. De Bruyne sounds like he's staying. Mm-hmm. Gomez is going to go. I tell you what, the interesting one is Oscar Bob, because with Savio coming in, when's he going to get time to play more? And yeah, there's more games, but when's Oscar Bob going to get time? And I hope he does.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I mean, if he goes on loan anywhere, then it's like, well, it's going to be a Premier League team. A Premier League team. Champion is way too good for Championship now. Yeah. The Premier League, I'm like, well, obviously there's our Theo Club Southampton, who probably want him as a winger option, or you've got like Leicester and all of that, who could probably use someone like him. But I'm thinking, well, are we actually going to give him a chance though? Because then obviously Savio can play left and right, just like Doku and Grealish. So do you want 4 wingers or do you want 3 in a bit? It depends on what Pep wants, really. Because
he's only just signed a new contract.
Yeah, I think you see him more as a 10, though, if I'm honest.
Could you not try him? Could you not play? Do you not think he'd work where Alvarez plays, slightly behind Haaland?
That's
so
the
don't
10.
Put him on the wing. Yeah, as you say, that's a 10.
Yeah, I think for me, when he played through the EDS, I think he was a lot more as a 10 than he was as a winger. I could be wrong there because I didn't watch much, to be fair, but I think he has stated on record before that he much prefers to play centrally than he does out on the wing, which could be the case. You know, if Alvarez is to go, as has been reported previously, or, you know, I don't see him being here past next season. Could it be a case of Pep says, just hold out for another season, you will get time, but next season, it's yours? Because if De Bruyne goes next year, do you know what I mean? There's chances for him. He's still young.
Yeah.
It's whether his mindset, I want to play now, or can he wait?
Yeah.
Like look what Pep did with Phil Foden, for example. You don't have to always throw players into the deep end to, you know, bring the best out of them. The only anomaly with Pep is Messi. That was the only person you couldn't drop at such a young age. But yeah, Bob will have his chance.
Big up, Ed. Would anyone else take Wharton? I probably would take him. I think, look, as a midfield option, if it was to get more game time and not be able to have a Calvin Phillips, then sure, I'll do it. But again, price tag obviously is important as well. I want Palace mugging us off for a lot of money on a player. Much like Alan Wharton, you've got to be, it's last thing we need to be doing is spending more money like Calvin Phillips money on another midfielder. That doesn't work out. I'm not saying Wharton wouldn't work out, but it's just weighing it up and trying to remember, like, from my past experiences of dealing with certain clubs. I mean, because as far as I'm aware, it's
two different players, so 2 completely different players.
I know, but I'm just just trying to think ahead of that one. I mean, I remember right. Is it Tommy said was about Calvin going to Roma? Is that actually going to happen?
20 million.
Yeah, I would be amazed if anyone paid 20. Someone said to me earlier, "Would you take 20?" I'd take 10, mate, because it gets his enormous wage bill off. He's on what, 200 a week, right? It gets.
Is he on that much?
Yeah,
No, I think it's 150, isn't it?
Oh,
I
sorry.
think it's 150.
What?
Jesus
He's on more than
Christ.
Edison. That's the whole argument that this has been with Edison's contract.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So look, you get the big contract, the big wage off. Look, we're going to take a hit. No matter what. To be honest, I don't see anyone paying for him. I think he'll go out on loan. I'd be staggered if someone pays 20 mil. I genuinely would be surprised.
I'll drive him to Rome if he wants to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's such a shame, isn't it? It really is. Like,
yeah.
He's such a. I don't know. When we signed him, because he looked all right for Leeds, didn't he? And he was brilliant for England.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, oh,
Bielsa's the biggest scam artist going, though. That's the issue. Bielsa's made him look like a world-class player because he's a world-class manager.
Mm. Well, look at Uruguay. You see, like, is it the players like is that Araujo in midfield who's a really good. Well, I watched Copa America as well as the Euros, but I mean Uruguay have been brilliant as well so far. You can see the players that he's improving there. They're not like I said.
He's getting Darwin Núñez to score.
He was in Glastonbury the other day, wasn't he? Wasn't he the headliner?
I don't know. I don't watch anything like that.
Dua Lipa, it was a joke somewhere, but that's
you
failed.
No.
I think I just saw a tumbleweed go past.
My bad. I'm going.
Oh no, it's just. I think I think so. At the end of the day, right? As long as the money is right, I'm not saying you get to get cheap. Obviously, I want good players for the team, but it's just trying to weigh it up again. I mean, the last thing we want is another burn. But if Wharton is as good as he is, and he is coming in and for the right price, I don't mind it at all. But again, it's just being careful, because
but I think if you base, sorry to interrupt you, but if you base every transfer off Phillips, then we will never sign a backup to Rodri.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Period. Rodri will be playing 70 games a season and will be retired before he makes 30.
And I've said it before as well. Rodri is the best in the world in that position.
Yeah.
It's
realistically, no one is good enough to replace Rodri.
There you go. That's my entire point. There is nobody on planet Earth right now who is capable of doing what Rodri does.
Yeah.
For Manchester. Manchester City, the best team in the world.
Yeah.
Well, it's like having Messi up top and then having Bojan Krkić behind him as your backup. Do you know what I mean? Like you just
Haaland and Alvarez.
But that's
a bit different though because Alvarez is good.
But
all right.
Yeah. Bojan Stoke it and failed. So you know what I mean?
Exactly.
The thing is, we don't want a backup per se for Rodri because
alternative.
Yeah.
That's people use the word backup. Oh, they'll sit on the bench for 30 games and have a few when Rodri don't fancy it. No, we don't want that player. We want someone who's good enough to step in no matter what. Not another Phillips situation. We need like Kimmich. That to me is the perfect move because, like we said, it sorts both out, and he is world class. He is good enough. If Rodri isn't in, Kimmich steps in. Rodri, sorry for Kimmich. The difference there is not much. That's to me, it's ideal. But yeah, we'll see what they do.
Yeah. What that could have Frimpong? See, I initially thought Frimpong would be an option, but I'm starting to think not this summer.
Oh, I think, no way. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Way.
I think
that has United written over that. They pay the release clause.
I really hope not. I don't want another player like to hate. Honestly, Van Persie, Depay, I don't want Ibra. I just hate that. One of my preferred players.
Van Persie.
Arsenal, yeah. I liked him at Arsenal. It was good.
Not Arsenal players. Jesus.
No, well, different time.
Yeah, they were shit then.
They were shit then.
It's fine.
Just Adebayor,
some all right players.
Adebayor, Sami Nasri, Gal
Clichy. We took him off him, so. Yeah. Nasri was brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Nasri was class.
Have you seen him now?
He looks like me now.
He's used that money wisely. Definitely, he's used that money well. He's lived well.
To answer the question, though, I think no. I think the only way that happens is if Walker does go. And as far as I'm aware, Carl ain't going anywhere unless a Saudi come in with a big offer. I mean,
I don't think he goes there, though.
Maybe they do. Force him out.
I think he's reluctant, isn't he, at the minute?
I think
he's probably got another few kids on the way, that's why.
With who? That's the big question.
Yeah.
But Walker, Walker's been telling apparently people around the England camp and did before in the media that he's staying. He said, I'm not leaving. So if that's the case, yeah, we won't be getting Frimpong or anybody else. I don't imagine.
I don't mind. Look, I really what Luke said before. I love Kyle Walker, and I think we're all in agreement that he is losing the pace a little bit, and he's not as good as he was even last season, 2 years ago. Like, that's a no-brainer, and he probably knows that himself. But I don't. If he stays, he cannot be captain.
No.
I think he needs to let go of that, be the bigger person, and be like, right, I'll stay, but I ain't being captain. And give it to someone who is a leader on the pitch.
Ruben Diaz.
In, week out. Whether that is Diaz or Rodri, that's up for debate.
Not Rodri for me. But there's a reason.
Yeah. Ruben Diaz.
I don't know. I think Rodri would end up like De Bruyne with it.
Not even that.
On his shoulders.
Yeah. If he's going to play 50, 60 games again, the least he needs is being, right, you're captain as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We all know what he's like on the pitch. When you seen the reaction when we drew with Spurs and Chelsea, he does not want to. He treats a draw as a loss, and I think the way he reacts sometimes, we've seen it at Nottingham Forest from Morgan Gibbs White, the prick. But I think for me, it was more. If you have his mentality when you're a captain, it can't go well.
No.
As much as I want
agree
him
with
to,
that.
because he will.
Yeah.
But Diaz is calm, collected. Says the right things at the right time, a bit like a Gundogan kind of figure. Says it when he needs to, and then that's it. It's done.
And very passionate as well. So that's very helpful.
And you wouldn't see him in the media saying, "Oh well, my teammate actually didn't deserve to go for England, and he's got to work it back."
No.
So,
what's funny is going off current.
He's a media. Kyle Walker is a media nightmare as well. Like, yes, he's had personal issues throughout the last season through his own fault. Through dipping his wick everywhere that he shouldn't be. But then don't add insult to injury by going on things and being like, I can't speak for shit. I'm a tit. And just asking for issues.
He's his own worst enemy, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's you might as well let João Cancelo someone speak. As much as they hate City, he probably still would say better things than Kyle Walker. Let Cole Palmer speak when he can't even speak half the time or doesn't know what the question is. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus, man. Like,
he shouldn't be captain, Walker.
No. Keep him by all means, because he is, as much as he's a bit of a. Everyone knows what off the pitch. On
the womanizer, shall we say?
Yeah,
good word.
He probably is a decent person to have in the dressing room because, as much as anything, he's got a lot of experience.
Yeah,
he knows how to win games. He knows how to win trophies. But I don't think he's captain material.
But what makes it mad is how could everyone at the start of the season vote for him after there was videos of him whacking his chopper out?
I don't think. I'm not convinced that.
It's based on a vote every season. Pep leaves.
But I reckon part of that.
Pep gave it to him because he was thinking about leaving.
I think there was a vote, but I think it was slightly edged in the kind of direction of if
superseded
you
in a sense. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's maybe what that dinner was.
Well,
that's maybe what that dinner was for when they both went out, and obviously Carl was on the verge of going at that point, and then he stayed.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I think happened. Pep said, if you stay, I'll let you play more games and I'll give you the captaincy. And Walker was like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
And then had the season that he had. It turned out
on and off the pitch.
Not the best.
God.
But going back to the whole media thing, I've got nothing against current footballers doing podcasts of their own.
No.
Fine. Like, it's quite a good insight into their lives. And it's quite nice to see footballers that are still playing doing that and talking about their career. Patrick Bamford does one with that comedian.
Joe Wilkinson, I was just about to say that one. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's a really good podcast. It's a really good.
But be like that, be quite light-hearted, you know.
Exactly.
Patrick Bamford talks about like day-to-day stuff, and you know, like Joe has some silly questions about it. Not going in and then being like, oh, actually, like
exactly.
Who, as a Man City player, right, thinks, do you know what's going to be a good idea? I'm going to go on Rio Ferdinand's 5 podcast, where the bias is another level. You're going to get asked questions about kind of things that you probably don't want to answer. But then he thinks, hang on, I won't give a politician's answer. I will just answer it straight up. When he's probably been told off his agent, hey, if you go and do that, you're cannon fodder. He's probably been told every single interview, don't say this. And just goes, yeah, I might as well.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it kind of proves, doesn't it, that professional footballers are not fans of your club. Like, Kyle Walker doesn't give a shit about Manchester City.
He's Sheffield United, yeah, of course. You know, like John Stones is Barnsley, and
it's, you know, Cole Palmer's Man United.
Yeah,
they don't give a shit about the club Manchester City. They are professional footballers who are literally paid by Manchester City to do a job. Of course, they're passionate about winning and want to win, but at the end of the day, and it doesn't matter who you play for, unless you're Phil Foden, you couldn't really care less as long as your pay package at the end of the month's fine. You'll do your best, and that's it. Like, us five go to work every day because we know at the end of the month it's going to pay our mortgage, it's going to pay our car, it's going to pay our bills. Like, I'm quite lucky. I love my job, but not everyone is lucky enough to be in that position. They just go there because it pays the bills.
Yeah.
Like, not every single player at every single club absolutely adores who they're playing for.
No.
Don't get me wrong, they buy into it.
They buy
into it eventually.
Of course they do.
Like the surrounding area.
Yeah. Of course they do. Like, look at Haaland. Look at Grealish. They buy into
Haaland's a different one, I feel.
Haaland is actually a fan of the club, though.
But Grealish is a massive Villa fan.
Yeah.
Every time Villa plays, like when Villa beat us last season, in Jack's mind, Jack's probably buzzing with that. Like, it's probably really difficult because he knows that that's a huge result for Aston Villa, that he's going to go a long way to his boyhood club getting in the Champions League for the first time in his life. But then professionally, his team he plays for that employs him have just been outclassed by Aston Villa.
Yeah.
It must be really difficult for them. And Kyle Walker, like I was going back to the start of this, like, he's Sheffield United. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what happens at Manchester City to him because he's still getting paid. He's the captain of the club. But he should know that he shouldn't go talking like that. Like, the one thing you know about any job you work in, do not slag off your employers.
No.
You don't do that. Or colleagues, precisely. You don't do it. It's the first thing that comes up in any contract.
Yeah. Well, you could be like Robinho and not realise you're playing for a club for like a good year. Like, I remember his first press conference saying Chelsea, Man United, some translators in his ear going, no, it's Manchester City. And I'm sure he didn't even realise till about a season in, and then thought, why am I here?
We thought that a season in as well.
Yeah.
About Robinho.
Yeah. I wonder what he's doing though. Well, actually, I think he was in prison at one point.
Yeah, I was going to say, we better not talk about that one because I'm pretty sure he's in prison.
We'll save that one.
I think he's out now. I think he's out now, but oh well. Kyle Walker might be there soon.
Christ.
Unpaid child support.
God.
Sorry, I've took a real dulcet tone on this podcast. I apologise.
No, it's fine. This is what it's about, this podcast. Not giving a shit.
Just a disclaimer, I do like you, Kyle Walker, and this is all sheerly light-hearted fun. If you are watching,
Big up Kyle. What?
Imagine he sees this now. We're all getting cancelled.
If you are watching,
tune in next week for Carl's response.
Yeah, if you are watching, I have no financial assets, so you can't sue me for defamation because I'm worth fuck all.
Take your house.
I live with my parents.
He'll take
So
your
it's
family,
their house.
your house, whatever you're recording on.
I have no one under the age of 6 years old in this house, so they won't be very good for him.
God.
That's me done. I love you, Carl.
Oh.
Right,
Do you
moving
think
on.
this is bad? You clearly haven't watched mine.
No, I watch everyone. I know what you're exactly like. You and Briggsy, oh man, don't matter.
No, don't ever invite me and Briggsy on the same panel.
We will. That's gonna happen at some point. 70 million. 70 million for water. I wouldn't.
No.
Nah. But it's like we said before. If you pay that now, fine. But if you don't, and he has a worldie of a season in the season coming up, then you're talking 110 plus. So you're talking another 40 million on top of that minimum. So no one is worth 70 million realistically, are they? Let's go back to being an old age pensioner now. But is that the going rate for an English midfielder?
Well, look, in a world where Anthony's 95 million, he's worth 70. You know, he did pay. I know you can throw all kinds of different ones, but you know, Fred.
If Anthony's worth 95, I'm worth at least 40.
Exactly right.
There you go.
Yeah. So in that essence, he is now. But yeah, it's a crazy market. But Coutinho, 100 and what was he? 130,
160,
160.
I mean,
was it not?
Ask Liverpool.
Oh, no, that's Griezmann.
Yeah,
that's Griezmann. I'm thinking. But you think though, if we're paying 70 this season, the only way I'm seeing it as if you were to be smart and pay 70 million this season, let's say, is that City will try and push that down. If we're to then go in for say Musiala or Wirtz next summer, and you need Wharton next summer also, there's potentially 250 million, well, £250 million spent before you've even got anyone else.
Yeah.
Do you bite the bullet now and say he's going to wait a year to develop and take that gamble? Because at the minute of the Euros, Musiala's price is going up by the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can demand what he wants at the minute.
I think he'll be anyway, to be honest.
And he's still got... Has he got quite a long time left on his contract?
2 years.
Two seasons, yeah.
I think
but they want to pin him down like now to make him the poster boy of Bayern Munich.
You can understand why.
Yeah.
Imagine if he stayed at Chelsea. That would be nice to see.
I think he'll Bayern. I think after the Euros, because they'll literally go, "You're unbelievable, $500,000 a week, sign a 5-6 year deal, done."
Yeah.
João Neves is another one. I mean, I would definitely like him at City, but again, it's like how much does this cost this summer? It's like 100 million something.
£3 million pounds.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, do you want to gamble him staying at Benfica for another year? I mean, I think he will stay at Benfica for another year if we don't get him. But again, that's also a gamble in itself. Is someone else comes in for him? So
United are keen.
That's what I mean. So
I think Portugal players have veered him away from United. Bernardo and Co have veered him away from that United interest.
Yeah. So I mean,
you won't want to play with Bruno, will you?
Oh yeah. I would if he stays another year at Benfica, I'll take him next season, absolutely. But again, it's down to if he told me he stays another year at Benfica, then we get it next summer. Sure, I'll take it. But also, who you want to bring in this summer? It kind of depends, really. If we go
Here's one for you, Portuguese. I was so impressed with Vitinha last night.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's good
to play alongside and then cover Rodri. He would be He looks like
My
a
other
Marco
half's a Wolves
Verratti.
fan. She raves about him.
Yeah, he looks like a Marco Verratti reincarnation for that PSG squad.
He's so
we
good.
all know how much Pep loved Verratti, so bite the bullet on him. But he'll cost 80 to 85, I suspect, because he wasn't cheap from where did he come from?
Braga, I think.
Braga, yeah. He was at Braga, went on loan to Wolves, and then PSG bought him.
Wait,
he went
on loan to Wolves, for Vitinha.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, Kerry. My other half raves about him because obviously she's a massive Wolves fan. She watched him for a season at Wolves, and she was like, "That he won't be here for much longer. He's too good."
Nah.
Lo and behold, he signs for PSG for like 50 million.
Yeah.
It just depends. I think it depends. It depends on who the club want to get in. Is it a younger option, or do they want experience? That's what it comes down to. I mean, for me, I probably want experience at the moment. I like having, obviously, a young team's good, but you need experience in the middle of the park. Obviously, you've got Kovacic already, and obviously Nunes and that. But again, it just depends on what the actual aim's going to be. If Pep's signing an extension, then obviously it'll be a Pep player. But if he's leaving in the end of 2025, then who's going to be? It's still up in the air on that front as well. So yeah, there's a lot of talking points, which is why it's hard to sort of decide. Yeah, so I mean, it's been really cool. Apart from that, like it's why we haven't done like many streams or video. It's trying to find something to do, but it's not much news going on. So,
do you know what though? I kind of like that. It's kind of bringing the surprise element back to transfers, like there always used to be.
Nah, but I don't think you get that anymore now. Even if the quiet, Fabrizio Romano and Co have ruined that now. Social media.
Yeah, I don't mind him doing it. I quite like it, but then the fact it's been quite quiet and you've only kind of got rumours, you can kind of start to think, oh, imagine we did sign him. Like, obviously, if it did go further down the line, you're going to get Fab tweeting, here we go, and whatever, a week before the team's officially announced that they've even agreed a deal. I kind of expect that.
Vardiol all over again, isn't it?
He knows it before the player knows, doesn't he?
Agents definitely tell him what's happening.
Oh, yeah, so definitely.
Fair play to him. I think he only sleeps about 3 hours a night. I remember listening to him say. No, he said it on the podcast. He only sleeps about
I'm leaving.
Yeah, Fabrizio said you're going here so he can have a tweet out. But no, I think it ruins it now. Like, you don't see transfer deadline day the same anymore, do you? You just have him doing a live stream rather than Sky Sports and things like that. So,
Jim White on deadline day.
Oh, Jim
dildos out in the background of someone reporting at QPR or something, and it's stuck in his ear. And
Peter Wingy turning up at Stoke.
Yeah, no, it was QPR, wasn't it?
QPR, yeah, sorry.
QPR. Harry Redknapp pulling out of a Range Rover saying, I haven't signed anyone yet, and there's an hour to go.
And then he ends up getting Nico Crankja.
And he gets some unknown player from like Bosnia or something, and he's like, oh, someone told me he was world class. Scores about 3 goals in 50 games as a striker. That was the whole magic of transfer deadline day. That, but
deadline day is not the same without Harry.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, Jim White with the yellow tie, Natalie Sawyer with the yellow dress. We're lads here. We all know what happened deadline day.
Hey, so your Twitter's getting more and more explicit now.
It's getting a bit.
My other one, I had to delete them all because my timeline is outrageous. Although the shape guy.
Yeah, you're trying to drop him in it too many times now, though.
No, he's way.
Like once is fine. Like, yeah, I'm doing it because of him, but. Just own up to it, man. The likes are hidden on Twitter now.
I've never shown that Spain fan. That was way above anything I've posted. Way above. It's good. Good post.
I'm not gonna lie, my likes.
You shit yourself when likes become public again.
Oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm well and truly fucked.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and unlike everything.
just deactivate, make a new account.
Yeah, I do know some bookmark.
Thankfully, it's on my personal. It's not on the actual City Luke TV one, so we'll keep that running, boys. That's a joke, by the way. Anyone watching, if you just can somehow see my likes, you will see that they're normal.
He says that. But...
Yeah. Big up to everyone watching. 1,185 people right now watching it all over across platforms. Fantastic, everyone! Thank you so much for watching the stream. It has been like loads of massive news going on about, but just to have 5 of us here chatting about football, with England and City and everything going on, it's just always great. And hopefully we'll start getting more news. Hopefully the next few weeks. Hopefully, obviously pre-season starts soon, which is good. So we'll have stuff to look forward to. But until then, got to endure more Southgate ball, more horrendous football, more just embarrassment PR, Lions Den bullshit no one cares about on Twitter, and just saying be proud of them. I'm done with it. As you can tell.
The king.
And all that.
Tell us what you really think.
Yeah.
I think Luke's a secret like Southgate ball lover, mate. Like, it's like, do you know, like when you're in school and you like treat a woman badly because you like them and stuff like that. That's definitely Luke. Yeah.
He's actually got a waistcoat on under that top.
Yeah.
Well, no, we can go that far. But
YouTube will strike that there, Jesus.
Well, it's a good run. It's a good run. But thanks to everyone for actually watching.
Appreciate it.
Yes, this fan guys. Yeah, it will. Trust me. Yeah, that's coming.
We've got it ready already.
Martin, of course.
Hey,
here he is. Now, Mr. 98 fucking %. Here he is. Come on, Martin.
I'm going to WhatsApp you back, Martin.
Yeah, same.
Oh, bloody hell, man.
At least he said he's only joking. I'm not. I am really. I love you, Martin.
He is top class. Top class guy.
I want to find that guy who was
civil
giving
war
him
going on here.
No, that guy who was giving him abuse. I think you know one about Tone. I think he's blocked me now. I'm a bit upset. Yeah, I piped back, which I don't normally do, but I just couldn't
I
keep
do.
Bloody hell! You got some kind of thing going on there, have you? It sounds dodgy, that. Got your school outfit on, Luke. Bloody hell, mate. You two keep on your WhatsApps. Bloody hell.
I just had to take my glasses off to read that. See me after.
See you after class. Okay. Moving on. Before I get even go there. Big up everyone.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Let's end the stream now before it gets even worse.
Yeah, we've gone off on a massive tangent.
Yeah, that's getting out of control. Big up everyone watching the stream. Thank you so much for all the support. We're about 4 subs off 700 subscribers. So come on, people. Come on. 4 away. 4 of you, come on.
It's free.
It actually is free.
It's free, yeah.
It isn't paid for yet. Come from you, Martin. Okay. All right. Let's move on now before it gets even worse. But thank you very much for watching the video. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like, subscribe to Luke's channel. Of course, massive support coming over there right now. He's doing his thing. Really pleased to see him sort of doing his own stuff. Honestly, I love the quiz. I won that. Yeah, just saying, it's fun to actually win the quiz.
Well, I mean, you didn't have much competition, did you? When Bevo doesn't read the questions and Harry's half cut.
Oh god, yeah, that was funny. Just
honestly.
Oh,
we'll have to get used to involved next time, but yeah, hopefully,
we'll definitely have that on there. Absolutely, it'll be good. No, but obviously
that derailed very, very quickly after people stopped reading the questions. I just, yeah. But
make sure to be here tonight for the Late Night Space 11:30. Always good to be in there and listen to Jack rant about football, and then it just gets a bit out of control. And yeah, it's always fun on the spaces. Trust me, you should actually be in there. It's a lot of fun in there at times. But yeah, we'll end it now before it gets even longer. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like, subscribe to Luke. Make sure to follow Tone on Twitter. Honestly, great bunch of lads, all of us. M2. Thank you so much for
coming on, lads.
Much appreciated.
Anytime.
Thanks, Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
We'd love to have you guys on again at some point. Probably, we'll work it out when everyone's free. But
you'll
obviously,
have to jump over the other way as well. You're more than welcome on anytime, whenever you're free, anytime.
Absolutely will. So that'll be good. But we'll end it now. Cheers, everyone watching the stream, guys, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Thanks, everyone.